Do 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 do. Oh, that's enough of that. Anybody guess by that tune where I'm going? Okay.
Roll up. I have a special announcement. To me, everyone, to me. Come along. Don't be shy.
And I know how quickly you guessed, because if you put the time marker in your comment at the point that you got it, then I'll know how quickly you got it. You can always cheat, I know you can. I'm going to Swindon, the home of the Magic Roundabout. What? What's she on about? The Magic Roundabout. It was a kids' show when I was young, many moons ago. So yes, we're off to Swindon. I'm taking a load of fireplaces. You know these fireplaces that are the surround and the little fire all in one. Or basically you just put it on the wall and plug it in, and you get what they call real effect flame. Real effect flame, my arse! Blinking heck, it's like watching telly. Yes, that's what I'm delivering to a big DIY store chain typey thingy in Swindon. I spent the night just down the A1, just off the A1. Had a pretty good night's sleep actually, even though it was a little uncomfortable because I didn't have a pillow and I didn't have a blanket. So I put the night heater on, and at one point I felt a bit like a roast chicken, so I had to wake up and turn that off. But I just got my jacket to cover me up with. It did. It's not too cold yet, is it? Fortunately. But I think I was that tired I'd have passed out in the Arctic. So yeah, and en route I literally come up the A1, off at the A52 at Grantham, and then as I go up the A52 I pass my village, so I swung in to have a shower and change my undercrackers and get ready for today. I feel a lot fresher now. Just being sat in the same undercrackers for 24 hours is not good. Then I've got to pick a load up out of Swindon and take it to Birmingham, and then I'm running empty back to base, as far as I know anyway. So a 15-hour day plus night out, and straight in, get this one done. I wouldn't mind 10-12 hour day, but I don't want another super long day. That truck undertook me in town centre in Nottingham, and he's drived like an absolute bellend. And what for? I have no idea, because I'm overtaking him. I've seen him run red lights, I've seen him undertake me as we're coming up to an island, making me brake hard. Oh, what a bell end. Seasons are changing up. You can just see it in the trees that they're turning. No, don't leave us. We don't want winter. Can't we just not have it for 1 year? Can't we just go straight to spring? What would happen? I had that thought. What would happen if it just didn't get cold? What would happen if the sun just carried on shining? Like summer run all the way through? Would the trees just carry on doing what they do? Photosynthesizing and have not? And carry on, I don't know. What, would they still drop the leaves? I don't know.
After 800 yards, cross the roundabout. Second exit.
I suspect, I've not looked at the route, knowing where Swindon is, I suspect I'm going on the M1, then straight off again onto the M42, then onto the M5 I imagine. Let's hope it's better than it was yesterday, sorry.
Cross the roundabout. Second exit. Take the exit, then take the motorway. It's time to cruise.
They've got a nice fleet, the Green Group. Nice looking fleet.
Exit ahead.
Take him into 42. What you thought it would? Stay in this lane. Chap I passed my test with, no, not the other student, he's driving for the same agency as me at the minute, and he's running for the same company I am out of Nottingham.
After 800 yards, take the exit.
Taking the same stop down to the same, I don't know if it's an RDC I'm going to, doesn't say.
Take the exit.
Oh, it is, yeah. It is their RDC. I love them SLs. My wife wants one of them. Convertible. Nice 300 SL, that'd be lovely, that would. In red. All classic Merc silver. They look good in Merc silver as well. That's it, I'm going to be whistling that bleeding tune all day now, aren't I? Magic Roundabout. If you are younger and you don't know what the Magic Roundabout is, then just go onto YouTube and well, you're already on YouTube, you wouldn't listen to this, would you? But type in Magic Roundabout and just have a look at it. Honestly, you'd think we were old smackheads. It's a bit like an old version of Lincoln Teletubbies. Wheelie and the Charltons. No, Charlton and the Wheelers. There we go. Wrong way way around. Charlton and the Wheelies. They were, that was a spin-off show. Dougal. Zebedee. When I think about it, a lot of the children's programs back in my day, I think they were on hallucinogenics. When you think about it, well, we used to have the Wombles, didn't we? That was all right. The Wombles were all right. What we had? What else did we have? Remember Morph? That's my Morph impression. And what else did we have? The Moomins. Anybody remember the Moomins?
Everyone in Moomin Valley slept all through the winter. But when the last of the deep snow melted, spring came.
In fact, I had a chat with Paul Whittaker. He was on about Blue Peter. I said, unfortunately, I'm old enough to remember John Note. And he says, yeah, so am I. But, yeah. The Moomins. Button moon. He used to go to a moon made of a button in a baked bean can, it looked like.
There's Button Moon, shining very brightly in the large blanket sky. I wonder where all those bubbles are coming from. The Spoon family are on another trip to Button Moon. Some of the bubbles are flying around the spaceship and going pop, pop.
What was that? I can't remember. There was one where it was a cartoon and there was a witch in it and there was a TV, but the TV was the girl. I can't remember what it was called. I used to watch it all the time. Anybody remember that one? Sometimes I remember what it's called, sometimes I don't. Well, guess what? I can't.
Did I ever tell you how the beast first came to live in Doyley Wood? The poor fellow didn't look like that then. I remember that day so well.
Good morning, Arthur.
shrilled Mavis Cruet the fairy. Ah, said Arthur. Evil Edna.
Staple on summer holidays when we used to sit down as kids. I didn't used to watch too much telly. We used to have a bit in the morning and that was it. We were out playing, but because we only had 3 channels to pick from. In fact, yeah, no, I've always known 3 channels. I remember channel 4 coming in, and then a bit later channel 5, and thinking, wow, what a choice, options. I don't know if TV was better for it or not. Yeah, our mornings used to start with why don't you? 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 Proof. Autumn's on its way. Look. Oh no! Them there leaves are going yellow and brown. Never mind. I'm sat here with 38 minutes left of my first 4.5, and I'm not there yet. I'm still 53 miles away. So I know I'm going to have to stop before I get there. But like I said, I've got this one drop in Swindon, then a collection out of Swindon, then I've got a drop on the way back. Where is it? In Birmingham. Now Birmingham is a bugger to get in and out of, the same way that London is. So So I'm going to run out of time again, because I'm going to be driving into my second 4.5 after I've had this break. So I'll already start on that, which will leave me the remainder to get to the other collection in Swindon and then up to Birmingham. I mean, I don't think I've got too much problem in actually getting the job done, but I don't think I'll make it back to the yard. I mean, even if I had another hour. Oh, it's going to be tight again, isn't it? I don't particularly fancy another night on the road without stuff. What I should have done is, whilst I was at home showering, I should have picked my blanket up. I've got a duvet and set aside, but I just didn't think that for some reason I'd got it into my mind that Swindon was just a little bit closer than what it is. I thought it was about just over 100 miles, but it's not. It's 140 miles. And it's 144 miles to be exact. I mean, that's, as any trucker will tell you, that's a good 3 hours trip if everything's run nice. So, I mean, realistically, it's 3.5, easy. So, there we have it. Am I going to get stuck out on the road for a second night in a row? We shall see.
Cross the
Wow!
roundabout. Second exit.
That was
Then
fast!
bear right.
A little bit of a delay at the gatehouse where I had to wait for 10 minutes. But then,
Exit the roundabout
boom,
and turn
done.
left onto Great Western Way.
Oh, if only all RDCs were like that, it'd be wonderful.
Bear right. Then turn left.
Turn left onto Great Western Way, A3102.
Yes, my
Turn left.
I've got to go to Wholesalers just down the road. It's only a couple of miles away. So
In a quarter of
I've
a
still
mile
got
at Black Grove, take
3
the
hours
third
and
exit
41
onto
minutes, which
Ramsden Road.
really helped me with getting home.
After 400 yards, cross the roundabout. Second exit.
Now, this is where Google Maps comes into its own, because I've put in the postcode in Thomas, and I've put the name of the company in Georgina.
Cross
So,
the roundabout. Second
We'll
exit.
see. I'm following Georgina because A, she's shorter, and B, it's the actual building. I've seen the building on the satellite image, so I know she's right.
Exit the roundabout onto Ramsden Road. In 150 yards, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Franklin Road.
And there they are. I've seen them on the bar.
Go around the roundabout. Fourth exit. Then go straight ahead. Too easy, mate.
Sorry, Thomas,
Exit
you
the
lost as
roundabout
well.
onto Franklin Road.
1-0
In
to
a quarter of a
Georgina.
mile, you will arrive at your destination.
Oh, thank you. Jolly good show. How do they do that? Top used, 250 quid a week to hire a used MAN. How do they do it?
You have
Right,
arrived.
thank you, Toodles, Toodles! Do you know what? Eddie Stobart's programme, it's never like this. It's never this close. You know how they do that? But will he make it in time? There is an accident southbound on the M40. And it turns out he's got about 10 hours left. Well, I genuinely,
New route found that is 8 minutes 20 seconds faster. Do you want to take it?
ooh, it's tempting. No. Don't be silly, you'll set me on a wild goose chase. Yes. The situation is that I've been to... Bloody hell. You know when you can't even remember where you've been? Swindon. Dropped a load. Gone up to another place. Collected a load. I'm now taking this load to Birmingham. And from where I am right now, Birmingham is 65 miles away. Yeah, now that in a car would take you an hour, right? In a truck it's different, because we're limited to 55 mile an hour, basically. Yeah, 56. So, and if, let's just say, the traffic gods smiled on me for a second, and the road's cleared, which they won't because it's Friday. I wouldn't get there in my. I've got how much time have I got left? I've got to tell you. 1 minute. Yes, I've got just under an hour and a half to get to Birmingham before I have to stick it on another 45-minute break to go into my extra hour again. Can you believe that? So all in all, I've got 2 hours 28 minutes with that extra hour to get to Birmingham, get out of Birmingham and get to Nottingham. Baby, it ain't happening. It just ain't happening. Yeah? Now add to the mix, if you will, please. I started to work this morning at 5:45. That's what time I put my card in. Well, my card was already in, but that's what time I started work. I put it on other work, took it off rest. I did my walk around checks, and I was actually physically driving 15 minutes later. So I started work at 5:45. So fast forward that 15 hours, that's 7:45. So that's my work time. That's what I've got left at work time. Now, I committed to working tomorrow at 6 AM. Now, if, let's just say, well, I'm not going to get back to Nottingham. That is a fact. I'm out in this truck again, without gear again. Luckily, I did call into my gaff and have a shower this morning on the way by. But I'm out in this truck again tonight. So if I can get back to Nottingham, it depends how far into Birmingham I get on me 2 hours and 26 minutes from where I am. But if I can get even out of Birmingham before I haul up somewhere, then it's a simpler case of 9 hours rest and then buzz to Nottingham early in the morning, drop this truck off, pick my car up, go to this other place, and I've got to be there for 6 AM. That's a big ask. Everything's got to go right from now on. So Eddie, that's a proper conundrum. Yeah? It's a proper race, this is. None of you, ooh, there's been a bit of a fender bender on the M40. Get out of town. He's got bleeding 6 hours left of drive time. So, yeah. So the long and short of it is that I'm not going home again tonight, and I'll be into my third day by the time I see my wife and my son. Heyo, needs must where the devil rides. But there's a silver lining. There is a silver lining. The silver lining is that with this company I'm driving for right now, because I'm not going to make it back in time, it'll be tomorrow when I get back. Well, that's another day. So literally me driving from wherever I get to out of Birmingham back to Nottingham is me working for them on Saturday. And I will get 8 hours for that. No matter what, I get 8 hours. Now that's 8 hours at time and a half. Yeah, so bear that in mind. Job's a good one. So if I went back to the yard, picked my car up and went home, I'd get paid 8 hours. Happy days. However, if I can do that, plus go to this refrigeration company, go do their shift, because normally they're not long days for that particular company. It's like one hit, done. If I can do that, then I'll get paid the time and a half from this company, plus whatever hours I work, minimum, because it's always a minimum charge of 8 hours, from the next company, the refrigeration company. So that'll be quite good. It all depends. if I can get to this drop. If this drop gets done, I can do it. If this drop doesn't get done, let's say something happens on the M5, then, and I can't make it to Birmingham to do this drop in the time I've got left, because this is what eats up your driving time, this crawling malarkey, because you're not going very far, but the minutes are still 60 seconds long, you know what I mean? So if I can't get that drop done in Birmingham, then I won't be working tomorrow, because I'll have to go and drop this tomorrow. So that will be the situation. So how about that then? That's a proper conundrum, isn't it, eh? Yeah, Fox's channel, it's none of this artificial racing again. It's the real deal. This is the real deal. Oh, you're going fast. I come down this. I'm on the A417. I come this way, and it's quite a nice little road. And it was absolutely clear as a bell on the way down here, but it's not now. We're not far from the island. So this vlog I'm filming now, this is going to be a monster, isn't it? It's going to have to be a two-parter at least. Saturday the 15th. That's right, Saturday the 15th. Which can mean only one thing. And that is that I was out on the road again last night for the second night running with just that jacket to cover me. What a bummer. What a bummer. I didn't sleep too well last night, not like I did the night before. A pillow really would have helped me, but I didn't have one. And because I got stitched up royally, I didn't have time to go anywhere and pick anything up. So, hey ho, I had to walk 1.5 miles that way. Look me in the mirror. To the only shop there was a off license. They hadn't got much. I need to go home and eat a nice healthy meal because I've eaten crap for like 2 days. Yes, so yeah, I went to Birmingham to drop them. I had pallets on board, just pallets. And for those that are in the haulage business know that if I tell you that all the pallets were blue, you know where the pallets were going to in Birmingham. And I drove onto their site. I said, right, here's the lowdown. I either drive on the site, you tip me and I go quickly, or I buzz off and I come back in the morning, because I've only got 50 minutes to get tipped, get off site and find somewhere suitable to park up for the night. Yeah, no problem. So I went on site, onto Bay 3. Bloke pulls me onto this space, and then he disappears. And there's big signs telling you what to do and what not to do. And one of the things that it said was, do not attempt to speak to the forklift driver. And as there's nobody else about, you think, well, what the bleed now am I going to do here? And in front of me there's this plaque saying, in an emergency, please contact. Anyway, I contacted that number and it went through to the office. As it turns out, the lady I've been dealing with. And I said, I'm running out of time so fast it's unreal. I said, and I am going to be camped right here for the night soon. I said, nobody's unloading me. Oh, they've got on break. I said, what do you mean they've got on break? Oh, yes, they're taking the break. I said, they'll be with you shortly. They went, well, shortly's not quick enough. I said, I've really got to get out of here. And anyway, they did eventually come 15 minutes later. And he's racing the clock. And as he's like moving about the truck, I'm popping out to move the curtain. You're not allowed to be out of the cab when I'm unloading. I thought, well, do you know what? Just get it unloaded, right? Let's just do it. I know you've got rules and regulations, but just, I'm stood at the other end of the vehicle from you. You're not going to run me over. So we got done, and I pulled up to strap up. Took my little ticket into the office. Now, I've looked at that number, and it's 2 digits short. It's not a valid number. You're lucky you're being tipped. I'm thinking, I'm not lucky at all. I just pushed this black thing backwards and forwards. It's nothing to do with me, love. So, yeah. I should do it this time, but I'm going to have to give you a manual notice. Right. Okay, that's cool. But you'll have to tell your company that if they want paying, they've got to send the rest of the number through. It's not acceptable. And she's going through it, and I keep looking at the clock, and then looking at her, looking at the clock, looking at her. Anyway, in the end, I have 6 minutes to get off-site. Bearing in mind, I'm right near Birmingham Airport, right next door to Birmingham Airport. So as you well know, there is no parking around there. No time for searches on the mobile or anything like that for truck stops. Just foot to the floor and drive. And eventually I got to this place in the middle of, it's just outside Solihull, and it's a lay-by. It's a long lay-by with a bus stop one end and lay-by the other. So I pulled up here with some break. Oh. I went over my work time directive by 5 minutes, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm absolutely stitched up like a kipper. Nowhere to park that end. I was not best chuffed. So, but anyhow, the job is done. I was supposed to be working this morning at 6 o'clock, but due to unforeseen circumstances, there was no way I was ever going to get back to Nottingham. I told the planner this the day before when I was on the London run, that this would affect this run, but it's as though that they don't see it. I mean, I ain't missed it, Meg, but I can tell you when, you know, things are going to go wrong. But there's no way. I mean, because Swindon from Nottingham's 140 odd miles, and I wasn't back at base when I started my day yesterday. I was an hour plus away. So I'd already used over an hour as my drive time in my first stint, and Swindon is a 3.5 hour drive. You know, that's if the traffic's kind to you, and it wasn't ever so kind to me. So I told him on Thursday when I laid up the night, I said it'll impact today, but they don't see it, do they? Or they don't want, I don't know if they do see it and just choose to ignore it. But yeah, and that's exactly what happened. And nothing you can do. M5 was really slow on the way back up. I mean, I should have had plenty of time to get, because my collection of these pallets was in Solihull, not in Solihull, in Swindon. It was only a mile from where my tip was, and I should have had plenty of time to get up here, get to the pallet depot, drop that load, and then find somewhere decent to stop, you know, and get all the bits and bobs I needed as well. There should have been plenty of time, but the M5 going northbound was stop start, and it's the worst kind of. If there's a big accident and everything comes to a stop, that's okay, because your tacho stops. Well, it doesn't stop, but the drive time stops. Whereas when you're in that stop start stuff that's crawling along, it's just eating into your minute. Now normally when you're driving for that 1 minute, you'll have done, I don't know, best part of a mile or whatever, but because you're crawling along, you're doing point something of a mile, which is not good, is it? So that's why it was all so tight. Oh, scary. I'm trying to wake up a bit before I set off. Somebody asked me, how about the suspension on these things? Let me charge the air up, because I've moved the steering wheel and lowered the chair and moved bits and bobs about, plus natural air leakage. I know when I come to start it up, the air will be low, so let's try it. Oh, it's not still in range, look. 2 tanks, tank 1 and tank 2, and they're both at, well, they were at just 8 point something a bar, but it's creeping up now, look. When it drops into that white zone, then it starts warning you that you need to top your air pressure up. Right, where are we? Where are we? Right, there's two ways of controlling it. Suspension. Right here, look. Or if you need to be out of the truck, you got this jobbing. So switch it on, press that button. And if you watch the rear end, and it up and down. And then down again. If you notice the green button, you press that. See, it's self-leveling now. That's it. That's a perfect ride out now. It's out on the road. Memory settings that you want. Say like if you're being tipped down a slight hill and you want it picking up. What you do, and I'll show you the air suspension on the trailer as well. But let's say if you're on a slight slope and you've got a 1-ton pallet in there, well, if you're taking it off with a pump truck, you'll find that it'll run away with you. Yeah. So in that case, if you were down a hill, you'd want the front of the trailer as low as possible. So you put your front of your trailer right on the deck. Then where's it gone on this truck? Oh, it's in a different place on this one. Oh, where's this one? Hasn't got an air suspension control. What's going on? That's it round the other side. I've walked past it. Oh, I miss is. Oh, I miss is. Normally, there's a control for the suspension, and it's sat just here. But because you've got a tail lift on this one, there it is. It's this side. See this handle here, look, right? It's push and pull. When it's pulled out, it's self-leveling. You push it in, and then that'll take your suspension up. Right up. So you've gone from lowering the front by using the unit suspension. You lower the front end of the trailer down. By using the trailer suspension, you've hired the rear of it down. It really does make a difference, because if you look how high this is now, and we'll lower it back down. You see it going back down. Look. Now we come round here, look how much lower it is. Makes a good 10 inches, it's got to be. makes a difference. So, right, I'll pull that back out now. It'll self-level. It sensors. I'd show you how to use the tailgate, but I don't know where the telltale is. The telltale is it plugs in here, look. That's how you operate it. I don't know if it's just got a manual. Oh, it does, there we go. on. Right, so that's set it on. Then this is difficult to do. It's always difficult to do when you're trying to film something. No, it's alright. No, it's not working. Right, I shall show you tailgate some other time then. But yes, that's how that works. And to raise, I'll show you how to raise the axle. You can lift this axle. If you're running light, you'd lift that. Running solo, you'd lift that. Also, it's quite important to know that lifts. If you get stuck anywhere, like the other week, I was in mud. First thing you do is lift that, so that your traction. Because these are your drive wheels. These are the ones that the powered wheels. And they're just carrying wheels. So you want all your pressure on these set of wheels, this axle. So yeah, we'll lift that up out of the way and I'll show you how to do that. Alright. If you look here, there's a button just there, look. We'll press that.